going to touch her skin with my left glove. I'm left-handed. If you're right-handed, you can do all of this, you know, all of the spraying and whatnot with your right hand. You don't want to touch anything and contaminate this glove before you're ready to start working. So a half arm or a half leg is about an inch above the elbow or the knee for us. That can vary. Some people go right up to half exactly. I don't find that, you know, that's where people's shirts and shorts and stuff end and what they really want. We do have a little extra charge for knuckles or toes or tops of feet. They're not necessarily included. They are sometimes in other places, services. So I'm just leaning right over my table to do that. And I'm going to grab my shear with a powdery glove here, so you'll see some powder on it. Okay, so you get a big enough ball of sugar that you can cover a pretty large area, and don't make your ball too small or you'll have problems. So if you need to come around to see this or lean over the bed, please do. Also, your ergonomics, try not to contort your body. See, you can straddle and keep your back straight and your neck straight. That's really important. If this is pulling when I'm molding, please tell me. It starts a little stiffer, but I'm pretty good at this point at not getting any pulling. So you're going to start out molding twice. In general, this hair moving up here grows sideways, so make sure you're molding in the opposite direction of hair growth and that you get as much hair in one pull as possible. And depending on how picky, you know, your client is about getting their hair, some people kind of go in and they point out every little tiny piece of peach fuzz they can find on their arm afterwards. Then I think arm sugars go pretty fast. If the client is happy. So the other way to hold the skin tight is to grab the arm underneath. Just make sure you don't pinch their arm hard. So make sure you work in sections and you cover each section of their arm, or there's going to be a big strip left. So this is a typical arm on a woman. If you do a man, you might be going all the way around the arm. Women don't really have a lot of hair underneath, but they do on the sides of their arm. Do this part like this. So from different angles, if you flick your sugar under the back of your hand, just go ahead and turn it around like that. Don't do it where there's hair like that though. Okay. That one is clean, so we're gonna roll our cart like this. Make sure you have good lighting, and then I'm going to walk around the table and do this arm, and then at the end of the service you have your client check their arms and legs. The biggest complaints we get on arms and legs is that there's a patch of hair left over. So don't let them leave without looking at themselves at different angles. Sometimes you really can't see. Excuse me if that pulled a little bit. Is it pulling at all while I'm molding? Okay.
No.
Just at the end of the mold or the whole mold?
No, just at the end.
Okay. So keep about 1 centimeter of sugar. What happened was my hand ran out of sugar because I looked up and wasn't watching my sugar closely. So make sure when you're at the end of your mold that you don't run out of sugar. Did the pulling stop after we corrected that? Okay. So sometimes your lift off at the end too, if you don't do that properly when you're doing the second mold, it'll pull the hair. Also, when they're on a regular schedule, the pulling stops because the hair's shorter. So this is a brand new one that's never done this before. So she's got, this is a little method. There's some leftover fuzz right here. So that just got that. And then we are doing sections. See, we just went there. Depending on their hair growth, you may have to do some of this in smaller sections. Don't forget your pressure or they're going to be stinging. They're not going to like you. So sometimes I'm kind of hurrying, so we do certain timing in these videos, and I'm not doing good ergonomics. I should be like this. Keep your back and your neck straight. Don't bend from this angle, and don't bend from here, or you're going to be hurting all the time. So elbows are dry and sticky. So that I'm going to leave for a second. And there I go, bending the wrong way again. Sometimes if you leave it for a minute and you just dab it like that, it'll come unstuck. You're not always that lucky. Okay. Thank you. That was a half arm sugar. I'll see you next time.